How many nights can Kyiv endure the hum of drones before silence falls completely? Late September carried no promise of calm. Across the skies, the sound of Geran UAVs echoed like a warning, followed by strikes that shattered the dark. Substations, command posts, and hidden facilities. Each night, another target vanished in smoke and fire. What unfolded was not random destruction, but a carefully orchestrated campaign designed to dismantle Ukraine's foundations piece by piece. So what really happened during those nights to the Ukrainian key facilities? Keep your eyes to the story. On September 29th, Odessa was shaken once again. A facility that had long disguised itself as a winery was in reality producing UAV components for the Ukrainian military. A precision strike by a Geran UAV exposed the deception in a single blow. The building was leveled, its barrels of wine scattered and shattered alongside fragments of machinery used for war production. Just a day earlier, on report by September 28th, Ukraine's fragile energy system came under fire again. In Chernihiv, a power substation was struck. Aerial footage captured the moment of impact. A brilliant flash, followed by a massive column of thick black smoke rising into the sky. Within seconds, the flow of electricity through that grid was cut off. Another link in Ukraine's already strained power network severed. Back to the report on September 27th, the focus shifted squarely onto Ukraine's military command. In the Chernihiv region, a UAV control center belonging to the Ukrainian Air Force was targeted. The combined force of Lancet missiles and Geran UAVs tore the facility apart. Footage from the strike showed the destruction of the building that served as the brain of Kyiv's drone operations. Without it, coordination and communication collapsed. The operators who once directed waves of UAVs against Russian lines were cut off. In one night, Ukraine's ability to manage its prized drone fleet suffered a devastating setback. The day before, September 26th, two separate reports highlighted the scale of Russian UAV operations. The first came in the form of footage showing thick smoke billowing skyward after Geran UAVs struck another power substation in Chernihiv. Once again, vital energy infrastructure was engulfed in flames, repeating a pattern of systematic destruction. Then, still on the same day, the second came from Russia's Ministry of Defense. A Geran 2 UAV team destroyed an armed forces of Ukraine drone command post near Karasevka. This was not a simple structure, but a hub from which UAV missions were controlled. With its destruction, another link in Ukraine's chain of command snapped, leaving operators blind and powerless. But the report on September 26th wasn't stopped there. In Odessa, a separate Geran UAV attack hit another energy facility. The footage showed flames engulfing the site, consuming its structures in silence, broken only by the roar of explosions. Two strikes in two cities on the same day underscored the precision and coordination of Russia's UAV campaign. They were not random blows, but part of a clear pattern to dismantle both the backbone of Ukraine's military capacity and the energy network that sustains the state itself. Prior to September 25th brought a double blow. First, footage surfaced of Russian Iskander and Geran strikes on a Ukrainian armed forces training center near Vasileva Huta. The video showed bright flashes tearing through the facility, reducing its grounds to rubble. A place designed to prepare new Ukrainian troops was obliterated in seconds. For Kyiv, the loss meant not only destroyed infrastructure, but also the weakening of its ability to replenish manpower in a grinding war. That same day, another report captured footage showing the Geran 2 UAV targeted a stronghold near Dolzhik. Inside were Ukrainian drone pilots, the very operators who controlled unmanned systems in battle. The strike demolished the stronghold and scattered its occupants, cutting down one more critical element. Together, the events of September 25th to 29th reveal not a series of isolated strikes, but a coordinated campaign. Each attack was part of a deliberate chain. Training centers erased, command posts demolished, energy grids shattered, and even disguised production plants exposed. The message was unmistakable. No site, whether hidden under civilian cover or shielded as a military stronghold, can withstand Russia's expanding dominance. For Ukraine, the consequences stretch far beyond rubble. Every destroyed substation plunges more cities into darkness, tightening the pressure on a fragile energy network already on the edge of collapse. Every shattered command center silences another line of communication, leaving operators cut off from their forces. Every lost training ground and stronghold denies Kyiv the manpower and drone pilots it desperately needs to sustain its campaigns. The hum of Geran drones in the night sky has become a weapon in itself. An audible warning that destruction is moments away. Fear spreads faster than the explosions, eroding morale long before the strike lands. This relentless campaign in late September stands as proof that Moscow dictates the tempo of this war. With Geran UAVs and precision strikes, Russia systematically dismantles the pillars of Ukraine's resistance. The strikes were not random blows, but pieces of a greater design. Weaken Ukraine's future forces, blind its drone fleet, disrupt its energy lifelines, and expose its hidden industries. Each move prepared the battlefield for the next, ensuring that the initiative remained firmly in Russia's hands. Each night ends the same way: fire in the distance, silence after the strike. The question is no longer whether Kyiv can resist, but how long before the last defense crumbles. The hum of Geran drones will rise again. And with it, the same answerless question: how many nights remain? Share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching.